shodo-x!
Hey guys, welcome to the 46th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
Why? Because it has been a full year since we started this podcast.
Has it really? Oh my god!
Yeah, it was like, I think technically last week was, like the anniversary, but we posted these, first two episodes at the same time.
Oh wow! Happy birthday us! I didn't even know! Wow.
Happy birthday! More on that later.
Happy birthday! Well yeah, thanks for, dropping that on me. That's so cool.
I realized that earlier. I was just like, oh, I know what I'm doing with an intro. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, fair enough. So, I guess we'll just have a regular show to celebrate that with only
Nice.
2/3 of our crew. Yeah,
That's
why. So yeah, obviously there's tons of Toy Fair stuff that went on, but we only care about Soto, at least in this episode. If you want more coverage of our Toy Fair thoughts, there is going to be a fun-size Soto Pop that either goes up before or after this, or any time around it, so go ahead and check that out. But today we're gonna be talking some trash, and we're gonna be talking we're going to be talking about how meat was not removed. Also, I'm sure we'll come up with a topic about something. I did recently get some Soto figures in, so we could definitely throw some stuff around about that.
And I have something that may or may not become a discussion. It depends on how much there is to actually work with.
You know what? I think Josh and I discussed it a little bit last week, but I do want to hear your thoughts on it. So we'll definitely get into that at the end. But let's just dive right into the Soto blog post. And it's... I mean, obviously, we got 01 back, right? Technically? Sure, because we have
It's his
Bag
first
Woz.
movie.
Yeah, 01's first movie, he faced off against Bag Woz. So, we got Bag Woz.
Which, for people who don't know, is Kamen Rider Zonjis.
Mm-hmm. No, it's Bag Woz. I can confirm. John Toei did. I did tell John Toei that it is Bag Woz now. Yeah. So yeah, we got Bag Woz in his trashy glory. And apparently this is the most PVC they've ever used on a figure before.
This has to be the reason it took this long.
Absolutely. And they did note that, like, for the PVC, there's a lot of things on this actually that are new-ish or something that they don't do too often. The first of which is that cape piece. Done fully in PVC. They were talking about how they were able to add all those wrinkles in there because it was PVC, and they didn't want to compromise on that. You know, as Soto do. They never compromise. Soto never compromises, and I always love seeing how they get past these design challenges. So, yeah, it's broken up into... Oh, go ahead.
I wonder how... I didn't take a real strong look at their Zeronos. I wonder how that cape looks.
Yeah, me too. But, and, you know, I'm surprised they went for fully PVC on the back part of the cape. That one easily could have been just straight plastic, but it's
that
PVC.
one you could have cheated with.
Yeah, I agree. And I would have been okay with that. And they didn't. Like, they went all out, man. And also, they added paint to those gold parts because, you know, obviously paint does not go well, or stickers do not go well over PVC. We've known that for months now, or, you know, for a long time, because Soto has let us in on these trade secrets, so that's very interesting. But yeah, those wrinkles are something they really wanted to sort of talk about. Let's see. Also, I kind of glossed over it, but you do get a separate chest panel. You can take off the cape, by the way.
Yes.
And you can.
It seems like it's also got separate shoulders, different shoulders.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Wow, I didn't notice. But then on top of that, okay, yeah, you're right. That's interesting. But also, the chest you can swap it out for the breast missile, for I believe Robo Rider's attack, like using the Robo Rider Ride Watch. He's able to activate this attack.
Good luck replicating the one that Barlux uses.
I mean, he also uses a sword one. You can replicate the sword one pretty well.
Oh, I really hope they include that sword.
Me too. I'm looking forward to that. I wonder, will they do it in clear PVC? Or at least clear plastic?
Wasn't it like a silver blade?
Yeah, but like it lit up. And I'm used to like lightsaber. It looked like a lightsaber effect. So I'm used to lightsabers traditionally having translucent blades. But, you know, that's just a me thing. But yeah. So you have that option afforded to you as well. Another thing they wanted to touch on was the sand blasting. So this is maybe another thing that sort of got in the way of production and sort of halted this one up a little bit. So Zonjus, his sort of suit design is a lot more rough than all the other riders. It's a lot more matte than all the other riders. Even more so than O's, and we already know O's did not go through a polishing pass that most of the other Soto figures go through. And with this one probably didn't go through that what is it, that buffing, that sort of whatever I just said, the glossy pass, and decided to go for a sandblast to dull out those the shine, and it works. Like, it's definitely noticeably like rougher. Yeah, so that's neat. And it says by all means. Okay.
I was gonna say I'm also just very glad we talked a little bit about it, but just to be clear, you can just like have the cape be separate, and you know it's got a special chest and shoulders for that. It's very good.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also said, by all means, please check whether sandblast processing is done at hand. So definitely, when you get it, look at it, appreciate it. They worked hard on it. Yeah. But really, that was it for our coverage of AI06 this week. Technically a Geo rider, but actually technically a 01 rider, because you know he appeared in a movie 01 was in.
I mean, there's no technically about it. He's from Geo. I thought you were gonna say technically this is a Geo wave, but technically it's 01.
Well, I mean,
because I expect there will be more than one of these guys.
01 appeared at the beginning and the end of that movie, so like he's around. It's still kind of part of his movie roster.
AI05 is also out.
AI05 is also out.
Have you seen anything about it?
I've seen the dope box art for the effect set. We could talk about that at the end.
That's also like one of the promotional images for the set. It's great.
Oh wait, dude, if you have like a clean image of that for me, send it over now. I need it. I absolutely need it. Because I love that picture a lot. But yeah, we can talk more about what we've heard of 05 in a bit. But we got a little update from D-Man. Did you want to head this one up, or?
Well, you did the coverage for it, so you know more about what they did here than I do.
All right, that's fair. So, PuToTyrannosaurus. We've got PuToTyra here. And he's looking dope. There are 4 things that they sort of wanted to highlight. The first thing is that the head is reproduced in PVC, and it's actually reproduced in 2 separate PVC parts. If you look at the side, the image of the head on the side, if you don't know where to find the images, the links are in the description down below to our news breakdown, where you can follow along. The sort of head of the pterodactyl on his head, that sort of crest, that protrudes out in such a way that they needed to make a separate mold for that piece, and then separate mold for the wings. So that's just how that worked out. And there's no sort of indication here that this is clear PVC, but like I've been saying these past few weeks when we've been doing coverage of this, because Tajador had the clear needed the clear PVC. All the PVC in this set is going to have to be in PVC. That's why they said mask part has been reproduced, almost painted with metallic purple, metallic green, and metallic yellow colors. So it has to be fully painted. And if you look at it from the back, it is, I think, just a base coat of metallic purple. So yeah, just a little possibly fun fact. Again, like, they didn't specifically say this was clear PVC, but I assume with what they had been saying before and the evidence we've gotten already, this is probably clear PVC. Another thing that is PVC are the wings. Fully painted, and they bend to get out of the way. Even the backs of them are painted as well, so they match. It's great. Number 3 is that PuToTyra uses 2 molding colors. So basically, every O's figure that we've gotten so far is molded in black. But because the purple is featured so prominently, they had to do black and purple. But what that allowed for them to do is pretty much make a mostly complete figure without, stickers and all that stuff. Sure, you still need it, but like the color separation is definitely there. So this is the most complete looking without stickers so far. Some of the design highlights they wanted to note were the raised portion of the metal in the center. It's different than all the rest. It is, like I said, raised. The legs painted white, a matte white to match with the suit. It looks like a lot of the white is added in after the fact. So, it looks pretty good. And then lastly, the legs have a shiny metallic purple on them for the shins. And lastly, the Metagab it doesn't have any meat removal. Yes. And in both modes, actually. So what had happened was when they were first talking with Mega House, Mr. S, no relation, said that, I want to remove the meat. They wanted to take out chunks of the mold so that it would make it easier to mold these little parts. But and because there were going to be stickers on both sides, you don't need that anyway. But then he started thinking about, hey, the questionnaire and people saying chronicle weapons are very attractive because they do not cut out the meat. They'd rather have that solid molding, so they cut this thing up into 3 separate parts. I can't quite tell what the 3 individual parts are. It does look like there's a seam line down the center for some of these images, so that probably has something to do with it. But they didn't compromise. And they said something to the effect of dividing the parts into 3, the number of parts increases, because both of these are divided into 3, so that's 6 pieces. And it squeezes the mold, so I'm assuming you have a limited amount of space in a mold. But we developed it with a feeling of not compromising even the fine parts. So the seal was, I am glad if you can confirm before putting it. So like when you put the sticker down, before you do that, take a look in the mold. They worked real hard on it. They did a good job. Yeah. So all very cool stuff. And then they showed off the inclusions with the movie special set. That looks dope. You got you got the tail, the horns, the wings, all the accoutrements. And then also quickly, G-Man came back and said, hey, now we can unblur PuToTyra in this final shot with all the riders with their logos on it. And hey, also, if you have that set on the back of the logos, there's a 3mm port, so you can put these logos on a display stand. Yeah. You know it. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the 01 blog. And also no 01.
Mm-hmm.
Technically Zondas, but no 01.
Also, they released the gold figure set. I don't know if you talked about this.
I didn't at all.
Because it was when it was first revealed, it was on an episode that was just me and Josh.
Oh, was it really? Okay. Cool. Hello?
So how you feel about them?
Oh, I mean, at one point I did kind of want them, but I just didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know what I would do with them. Mm-hmm. You know?
It seems like something that would... this means nothing for importers, but it's such a cheap little thing. It seems like, if I'm shopping, then maybe I can just toss this in.
That's fair, but like if you're shopping... Maybe on Mandarake, but if you're shopping on like an Ami Ami or an HLJ, it's the whole box of nothing, so... Yeah.
That's what I say. I can see that being the appeal, but it assumes that you live in Japan.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, this blog actually ends with a little teaser. I don't know if you saw it.
I did not. What was it?
They said that, I think they said it was going to be next week, March 1st. They said that Mr. D is going to give us some Subarashi news, and it's dark teal text. So, what do you think that is?
Wait, you said spicy news?
Subarashi.
Oh. Subarashi.
Dark teal.
Dark teal. No. No, don't you dare. No! There are two that it could be. There's one that I want it to be.
Wait, two?
Don't. Huh?
I'm not talking about Aqua.
Oh, wait.
Teal.
Was that not a thing that... Wait, teal. Teal is a blue color. Wait, no. Oh, it's more of a green color.
Kamen Rider Birth.
Okay, I'm a dumb boy. Sorry, I didn't even see it. You said teal, my brain immediately went to like a blue. I was
going to say, hey, more riders from O's. That's good news. That's on the path to Aqua.
It is getting there. I feel like we're closer than we've ever been, you know?
Thinking about it, I think we might have even brought this up before, and it's also pretty viable considering that Deno set. They could just do a birth set, and then, hey, these two riders were in a movie together, Poseidon and Aqua.
I want it. I'm not gonna get
it worked for Deno and Double.
It did. And then, like, I do want, like, an EX mechanics of 3 water skis.
I thought you were about to say the time machines, and I was going to say, got some bad news for you. I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'd love the Tide Machine and it bringing, like, a really nice lore aspect into it, that's never happening. Yeah. Tide Machines are dead in the water. And don't tell Josh, but I feel like the Another Riders are dead in the water as well.
Fitting.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't listen to this. It's fine.
No, we were talking about Aqua.
That's fair. Good point. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, okay, if we're filling out another set, obviously that's just gonna have to be Premium Bandai, right? Because
definitely. I was not seeing it any other way.
Yeah, once they start with Premium Bandai, they don't stop. But
My
You
thought
can't-
was it's going to be premium Bandai, which means that they can just go all out with Birth.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking. Here's what I want. I want both births, and then the entire Scorpion thing, and then the 2 Proto Scorpion weapons that Proto Birth has. That would be your whole thing.
Did he have exclusive weapons? I can't remember.
He didn't have exclusive weapons, but he could only summon 2 of them out of there. So
it was just like you want duplicates.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's where I'm landing on that set, because like obviously they could definitely do two figures. They've done it before with Eternal and Cyclone Joker Extreme Gold, but I don't know. I feel like they need to fit more into it, and I think the Scorpion is a good enough thing, like a substantial enough amount of accessories.
You could also argue that the amount of plastic that Gold Extreme has with those wings probably factors in.
Well, and then on top of that,
that's practically at least half another figure.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you have an entire chest or like part swap with the loaded and unloaded USB memories on Eternal that I was not expecting. So there was a lot of that. And those are like fine molded detail, and I feel like compare that to not as fine molded detail with the Scorpion thing, I'm sure we could get something out of that. Like bump the price up a little more,
my joke was that if we get a birth, then they'll have an alternate sticker set for Prototype, but I think in this case they can kind of justify it because they're separate characters.
Yeah, I would be kind of upset if they didn't pack 2 in. And I don't know why they wouldn't pack 2 in.
It's like, I think that they have a better chance than 2 separate skulls.
Oh wait, I also, if we're taking down wish list things, I do want a milk drum, or the milk thing.
Ooh.
With tons of coins.
You might have to 3D print that one yourself.
Honestly, I've had that idea in the back of my head for years, and I've been looking online for like, oh hey, miniature scale farm accessories.
What's
trying to look for?
I always forget what the name of that skill is. I think it's 1/16.
1
You can
18th.
Oh,
1/18th.
I was gonna say you could probably find it by just figuring out what the scale is for G.I. Joe.
Yeah, 1/18th.
Okay.
It should be. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, so they do that set. Probably something like the Subarashi set, since they're saying Subarashi here. Oh, no, wait, Happy Birthday set. What am I talking about?
Not to be confused with the birthday cakes we also sell.
Of course, yes. And then also, then obviously what would come after that would be the movie special set 2 with Aqua, Poseidon, and the rest of like the and it would have Tamashi in it as well, and then the kangaroo arms, maybe some other accessories.
I got good news for you. Tamashi
prediction.
is already happening.
Wait,
movie special set?
Really? Oh, right. I completely forgot. I'm having a day, sir.
I was gonna say, good news. One of those is already happening.
Yeah, you're right. So yeah, Aqua, Poseidon, and I think like what, kangaroo arms or something. Just throw a bunch of other stuff in there. I don't know what else, but I'm sure they can work something out. But yeah, I didn't see that, so I'm very excited to see what they've got for that.
Yeah, that was when you were preparing for the episode. I just went, "Oh, I see something that I'm gonna have to bring up on the episode."
Nice. I mean, I'd put it on the Twitter thing, but maybe we'll just leave it as a surprise for next week, and for the people that listen to this. So congratulations to all of you.
Omedetou.
So yeah. That's really neat. looking forward to that stuff. And I do want to bring this up again because this is a legitimate concern that a lot of people have. But the fact that we're not getting a lot of 0-1 love, even though there are a bunch of 0-1 things to do, is I imagine is a little frustrating if you're trying to collect this line, especially in the US when you have to pre-order all this stuff. So, yeah, that sucks. So my heart goes out to all you people trying to collect 0-1 and getting bombarded with Geo.
There's still time to cancel that pre-order.
There isn't on Ami, but there is on HLJ, so... Yeah, Ami doesn't do cancellations or whatever. I don't know why.
Speaking of Ami,
and they get mad at you for it. Yeah, let's talk about that, Malunis.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So have you gotten any emails about your pre-orders from them?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
I'm going to put an asterisk on unfortunately, but we'll see. I do have some potential implications for this, but so for people who don't know, who may have not been pre-ordering from them or anything, because I don't think HLJ is updated.
HLJ doesn't. I was talking to some of the people on RRR the Streets, and they were saying, yeah, HLJ doesn't update you. It just comes when it comes, or just releases when it does.
Fair enough, I guess. So
yeah.
Originally, AI06 was supposed to come out in March, I believe. Along with the second wave of O's. But for some reason, they have moved it to April. And along with that, they also later said, hey, AI08, which was supposed to come out in May, that's coming out in June. So right now, the lineup for April is 06, 07, and Kuga. I imagine some of that is going to get... One of those things is probably going to get moved to May. So that's a lot of shift.
I'd hope so.
That's a lot of shifting around.
Yeah.
And it means that nothing is coming out in May, unless they do something about that. Humagear.
And last week, I don't know... Yeah, I only posted the episode maybe an hour or so before the actual news came out, but
didn't have time for it. I was recording a few hours
before. Yeah, no, absolutely fair. But I was talking on there. That was the week that, oh hey, no 0-1 post, and our pre-orders got moved. Maybe something went wrong behind the scenes, but I don't know.
It made
Can't
me
tell,
it made me think of that time where they said, hey, things are being shifted around because of Chinese New Year, but I thought that it seems like it's probably not affecting these because these are well after February. Unless
but then also, I mean, certain quarantines are going on right now. I don't know how that's going to affect. Yeah, so that might have something to do with it as well. Now that I think about it.
So in preparation for this episode, for this discussion, I decided I'm going to look at what the release dates were for all the previous soda lines, just the numbered waves. That made sense to do. And I was just like, I just wanted to see what the pattern was for when the first wave came out and what the final wave, when the final wave came out.
Final wave!
So, anyway, so... the first Soda wave, it can be an exception because it's a new thing, but Exade started October 2nd, and then the first wave was November 22nd, so that was more than a month after the show debuted. But the final wave came out a week before the final episode. And from that point, I think just about all of these have been... the first wave comes out within the first month of the show, at the end of the month. And then the final wave comes out a week before the finale. That's been the pattern, actually. So that has me wondering, okay, so we have one per month so far, with the exception of April, which is kind of a mess, and I assume that things are going to be shifted around. So that has me wondering, okay... will they be able to get around to everything they want to do by the time the show ends? Right now, it's wave 9 is in July, so that means I don't know, that could be enough time, because that would mean like a 10th and 11th wave, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just when I noticed that things got shifted around twice, that kind of made me realize, oh, are we going to have the same situation as Geo, where they're like, yeah, the last wave is going to be movie content, but oops.
I feel like at least right now, the movie content we've had so far isn't too outside the wheelhouse. They'd have to like completely do different molds, you know?
Well,
not being thrown for
when
a
I'm
loop
also
here.
referring to movie content, I mean like summer movie content for 01.
Right.
Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do for that? It's just because, with the exception of Geo, because they couldn't get the figures done in time, each final wave has been the summer movie stuff. But it's also been, there's also the pattern of it's the summer movie stuff plus something that appeared late in the show. For X8, it was Laser Turbo. For Build, it was Grease Blizzard. And for Geo, it was obviously Tsukiyomi that would have probably been in there.
Right.
So it's like, oh, we might...
I mean, ideally.
Yeah. Admittedly, they specifically said, you're probably expecting the movie stuff. Anyway, that does...
Could you imagine, though, if instead of that set of like just disparate leftovers, we got the movie stuff, and then all throughout 01, it's not any sort of like heavy hitters or anything. It's just like Fi's Axel.
That would make
some other stuff, you know?
So you know how you went from, oh, I would love to have Mirror Worlds Geo, to, okay, I guess that exists. I think that would be your mood.
Exactly.
I think that would be your mood the entire time.
Exactly, yeah. So I think this is like the best option out of all of that.
It's probably the best outcome.
Stuff that we wanted. Yeah.
And it's it was also interesting looking back and seeing where they started and where they ended each line. It is that is the one downside I think this would have for 01, which is, oh, maybe something kind of cool that happens near the end of the show. Gonna have to wait a while. We still don't have Tsukiyomi.
Huh. Yeah. I'm hoping she's coming in this upcoming wave. Like, it would... I guess it wouldn't fit anymore. Since we're doing leftover movie riders from last year's stuff. If we were doing this...
I was just thinking, I wonder which one would actually make the most sense to do for this wave. Like, do you do Zamonas because it's the two slightly less important movie writers, or do you kind of balance it out by having one minor writer and then the main villain? I don't know.
Honestly, I think if they just get rid of all the 01 stuff from his movie now, do it. That's fine. We're going to be done. And then go up until the end, and then at the end we have, the summer movie stuff. You get your 001, all your prototype whatever dudes, and then you also put Tsukiyomi in there since she was in the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's coming out on DVD soon enough.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That actually makes sense for it to come up then.
Yeah.
For one of those three things. Because it's 001 and who I am decidedly calling Ichigata, because that's how they spelled it out in English on the cards.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's like the sort of Ichigo color looking dude.
Yeah, and since we don't have the movie right now, we don't actually we don't even hear the transformation because of how the Force Riser works. But the Progrise key says something like, Kamen Rider will protect humanity.
That's adorable.
But yeah,
and then also I would think that set would come with our final another rider being another 01. That's it. That's all I'm thinking is going in there.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff for another rider that should be released. That's kind of important.
I mean, honestly, I've been saying this for a while, but I think if they were stuffed up with doing all these other movie writers before, like a lot of their energy and resources must have been going into that and not doing the intricate molding for the another writers.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
So, yeah, and like there were like another writer level molding details in Zamonis or Zonjis.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes.
His cape has many details.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just feel like they allocated their resources to stuff they actually needed to do.
Yeah.
Rather than, the ancillary stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know why. I don't know what the point of the discussion is, other than, it's interesting that there's kind of a pattern of things being shifted. Because of an article that I'm working on, I am thinking about it like, I wonder if something's going to get cut out as a result of shifting around too much. And I don't know. I feel like with Soto, there's a lot less worry because at this point the pattern is, we'll see it in the next line.
Yeah, we'll get to it eventually. Like, the Soto is an overarching line and not just confined to, their 1 year. To the chagrin of many people now, but I'm very happy about it. Yeah. So I get, all my stuff still.
Yeah, and
and again, it's not technically made for us as an audience,
I guess
they
we'll
made
find
it so
out
that people can go in. Huh?
I was gonna say, I guess we'll find out what the situation is going to be once we see more pre-orders, like because we always find about those things a little bit in advance. And right now, the highest one that we've got is Wave 9, which comes out in when did I say it was? June? No, July. So that's a bit far away from now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just something to look out for.
Cool. So that was an interesting topic. Thank you for sharing.
So, do you want to talk about one of the existing waves?
Yeah, why not? For some reason, I was just spurred on and decided to completely sticker everything I had for 01. Yeah, so I'm guessing we want to talk about Flying Hirobi, Jin, Punching Kong, and
not that one.
No, not that one. Why? I didn't say that one. Whatever you think I just said.
The one with the heels.
Hornet.
Yes.
Hornet something. Lightning Hornet is up here. I'm grabbing her right now.
Good. And
what else?
Shining Hopper.
Shining Hopper.
See ya.
Do that. I was just testing you. So yeah.
So last time we talked about AI 020202. So this is 0303.
303. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. It's a pretty neat lineup. Like, we finally get some bad guys. Didn't take too long, which is nice.
Well, it took long for me, but that's my own experience.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you had it, like, reshipped, right?
Yeah, so I guess, long story short, you know how AI03 took forever to get pre-orderable?
Yeah.
I decided to just go with an eBay seller that was selling it for about the price I would pay on a pre-order. And and it arrived pretty quickly. It was AI01.
010101.
Like, yeah, that. So, and
that sucks.
And when I compared the boxes, I thought, I can see how someone would mix that up. They are very similar. They both got the black and yellow 01 on front, and it's like a yellow background, so it's easy to mix those up. But it turned out to be a perfectly painless transaction because they responded within minutes, just to apologize.
Oh, nice.
Just to apologize and give me instructions on how to send it back, and then they would send the proper order once they received my package.
That's really nice.
Yeah. All's well that ends well. It just meant that I got it after 04.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
But hey, this is our first introduction to Soto doing ball jointed shoulders. How do you feel about these?
I'm pleasantly surprised that the range feels about the same, or comparable enough.
Yeah, like, and I like the word you use there. Feels the same.
Yeah.
Like it does have the same range of motion, but it also functionally doesn't feel like anything's changed here.
It doesn't feel cheaper.
Which is interesting. It doesn't. Yeah, like it's not something that they've worked on, but it seems just as polished as the joints usually do.
Yeah, and for people who don't have these designs in front of them, it's because Hirobi and Jin have kind of unique armor designs, which I realized recently, yeah, that's kind of different for Rider, where they don't have these shoulder armor bits.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, sadly, shoulder armor isn't going to end up being compatible with these guys, but, but I don't mind, personally.
After Valkyrie, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, honestly. And, after these first 3 waves, nothing's truly compatible anymore. Nothing really works with the play pattern anymore.
Yeah, we move until we get more what if forms. If we ever get those in Soto, we are basically done with that playstyle.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is a shame because they did say they poured a lot more money into that mold.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Hirobi and Jin were great. The stickering, they had a lot of stickers, and it did seem daunting, but they were over some very flat areas.
Yeah,
so it wasn't too bad.
I had a weird situation with mine where with Hirobi, I painted most of it because I was a madman.
You certainly are. What did you use? Did you use regular?
So what I've been doing,
black and gunmetal.
So what I've been using recently, because my silver is almost dried up and I need to get a replacement, I've been using this other one called Shine Silver, which is actually I'm kind of preferring that. It's a little bit more glossy and it's actually
Shining Silver. Dun, 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 dun.
A glittering as bright as the sun.
That's right.
It's very close to the kind of silver paint that Bandai likes to use.
Nice. Cool.
To the point that I forget which one it was, but there was a figure where I painted the back of the armor to kind of match the front, and it's like, oh, these almost match. But yeah, oh, wow. I use that for most of the armor bits, and then gunmetal for some of it, and then for the straps on the back side of the figure, I ended up just using this one called Metallic Black, which seems a little bit redundant, but it actually looks a little bit nicer than just regular black.
Okay, no, that's fair. I don't think that sounds redundant at all. It's slightly different.
Well, it sounds redundant when you consider that metallic or the gunmetal is basically a very dark gray silver.
Yeah,
they are different. They are distinctly different, but it's also when you see them up close, is there a difference? No. Yeah, there is a little bit.
And yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, and for the stickers on the anything that has that sort of grading pattern on it, I use those. I did something because you mentioned you doing this with Valkyrie. I actually cut up some stickers and put those on just so I didn't have that metallic sticker kind of contrasting with the plastic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I fully gave up on cutting up stickers.
This was just something
outside of
was just something where I thought this in particular would look a little bit better.
That's fair. Yeah. The only thing I ended up doing for Valkyrie this time around in terms of chopping stickers up is that in the original one it added this black stripe to the orange side and didn't to the white side, which should have been there. So I did that there, and I was like, well, for consistency's sake, and then I cut one up and put one on that side, on both sides as well on this one.
Okay.
Speaking of Lightning Hornet, though, I remember a while ago you had added me on Twitter saying, "Hey, it would be really great to have wings for Lightning Hornet," and I fully intended on making them, but there's no back peg.
I just looked at the picture of the armor, just like, oop.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to incorporate that without a back peg.
That's not on you. That's not on you.
It's certainly not. I wish I could find something out. I mean, like, I might be able to like fit it in with the waist peg, but you know, like make an armature going from the waist peg up and then an armature out.
Yeah, that's rough.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But she looks nice. Yeah. Lightning Hornet does look nice. She comes with a gun. It is just the gun, and the hands aren't the best with it. Obviously, it should go with Vulcan, but then when you put it on Vulcan, it's a shinier fist, so like you can't really do too much with these.
Yeah, that was always I remember when we first saw these, I just thought that seems like a perplexing choice for the plastic.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously it was more to facilitate the blue that was needed on the figure itself, and yeah, I mean, I assume that that's all part of that mold. So it just had to be. You know, the problem is that we can't quite use it accurately on anyone, really. But yeah, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. Yeah. I'm happy with the inclusion at all. Yeah, she is a bit sparse, and like there are a lot of points that, again, like I said, I couldn't cut the sticker up because you still needed the black and the gold to work together, and those stickers were just there, you know. So this one's fully stickered.
Speaking of the stickers, I was like comparing the show design to the toy, just like, okay, is there anything that I need to paint here? And the stickers actually cover a lot of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like it's just like with the default form. It's just the face needs a little bit of that little liner. Oh, and I when I was talking about with Hirobi and how much paint I used on that, I looked at Jin and I saw that the stickers were different color. Then I looked at the suits and compared. Oh, all the stuff that would have been silver on Hirobi is white on him. Well, I'm not using white.
Oh no!
But no, what I said was, well, I'm not using the white paint for that.
Oh, okay, all right.
I only did it for the shoes.
Yeah.
Just like,
because like
screw that.
It is a more gray white.
It is a little bit off white.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these guys look great.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Shining Hopper?
Well, all I was gonna add for Jin was, I look forward to when the Kuga set comes out so I can give him his real ass gun. I have no reason to use that with Kuga.
That's fair. This is a good point.
Shining Hopper.
But yeah, So with the black front chest sticker, it's one of those ones where it's over a large portion, and it has some like dedicated cuts in between so that you could fold it over a little bit. I smoothed down the first pectoral. I moved it a little bit, and then I smoothed down the other side of the pectoral, but like the divot for where I guess the leg attaches to the chest was not lined up, and the bottom of it wasn't lined up, so like my chest is slightly off, and I can't not see it. It's kind of frustrating.
Well, is anyone's body really symmetrical?
That's my whole thing. The suits are!
Yeah.
I don't care about your dang bodies. I care about your suits and the way they look, and it should be symmetrical. I don't care. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine.
I do have to at least say, mostly because I don't have this exact shade of yellow, I didn't really have to do much paint at all. I think I might have only just added the belt strap.
Nice. And I mean, like, the only thing I really wish that they would get to painting are the feet.
Mm-hmm.
That is the worst thing to put a sticker over.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got Kai Soto's GO recently, and not having to do the little toes made me so happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really my main issue with most Soto figures. I think that's like, because like the feet, they make contact with the ground, the platform that you play on. So the fact that the toe stickers might rub off at some point is kind of frustrating.
And he comes with the another copy of the weapon, so that's cool.
Sure, with the progress key on the inside.
Yeah. The only thing about this wave that does kind of leave me a little bit sour, just because of what we've seen so far. Like we are now on wave 6 of the block reveals.
Uh-huh.
It does kind of make me realize when I got this set and got these 2 weapons that are included. Oh yeah, I guess they aren't really making this as much of a thing as I wanted it to be, because I really wanted everyone to have a suitcase.
Yeah, I guess we didn't. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and
but like, also, who else would we pair suitcases with?
Also, the arrows in here, the bow.
Oh yeah, they have the arrow things.
Even though that could have been the opportunity to give you the briefcase mode, I do appreciate that they gave you 2 copies of it. Just the way they presented it on the blog was literally just, you don't have to decide which one uses this. We're just going to give you 2 copies, so both of them have one.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, if Hirobi came with the suitcase, I would have been fine, because like the only pose I'm gonna put him in is like a standing kicking pose. When he almost killed Vulcan. Spoilers. That's really the only pose he needs to be in ever. So. Oh,
you know what? Now that I've brought those 2 up again, I did want to follow up on the wings. The wings on Jin.
Wing!
Yes. Spread your wings and prepare for a force. So that's right. We were a little bit confused about the thing they said about how these wings aren't technically accurate, and they mentioned something about how there were 2 different versions.
Well, I wouldn't say accurate. It's just, it's not the bigger one.
Right. We were a little bit confused about that, and at the time I was stupidly behind on the show, so I didn't quite have anything to contribute there. Since then, I can confirm what they're talking about. It's basically when he's fighting and he's just like, doing the usual fisticuffs fighting, those wings are just kind of flopping around on his back and they're kind of short. But when he's flying, they're straight up like large CGI wings.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's like, okay, there's a little bit of proportion cheating. Of course there is.
Of course.
So
what do you think Toku does?
Yeah, so I can see why that was a thing that they had to bring up. Like, sorry, we don't have the big wings.
That's fair.
Oh, another thing for people who like customs. This is really not a significant one, but Army Tom on Twitter, who posts a lot of really wonderful customs, when the set came out, they showed that you could remove a little bit of plastic underneath the chin of the figure and basically use that as like a second place to put the ball joint so that you can have his head kind of tilted up in a flying pose.
Interesting. Where would you...
I remember linking it in our Discord. I link a lot of custom stuff on our Discord.
That's fair. Hey, join our Discord if you haven't already.
I will say, having tried it, be sure not to cut off too much at a time because it can get a little bit wobbly loose in that area.
You made it wobbly loose, didn't you?
Why do you think I'm telling you?
Ah,
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's like, it's not something where, oops, I modded this too much and now it's broken. It's just, oh, that's a shame. Whatever.
Yeah. How far back is that?
You can, like, click search and just look Army Tom. Just
Oh, cool. I didn't know there was a search feature here.
Mm-hmm.
Army.
Like I said, you might find plenty of those because I link a lot of that stuff.
That's fair. Oh, wait. I'm looking in the staff room. Yeah, Army Tom. Army Tom. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. Sorry, this is dead air. This is the most interesting. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Oh, in the okay for the chin.
Yeah, I was really misinterpreting what that was supposed to be until I actually read it recently, because he or she basically says use it as a second place for the ball joint.
So stick the ball joint in there in that hole. Oh, okay, and it doesn't like affect. Okay, I see what's going on. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's
all right. Hey,
fun little set.
Go into the Discord to figure out what that means.
Yes, fun little wave.
Yeah,
are we done here?
It was a good time.
Are we done here, or we want to go for 0404?
Ooh, I mean, I would, but my computer really doesn't like when I added anything over an hour. Yeah, so we're gonna end our birthday episode here. I guess we're 1 year old now. Congratulations to us. Malunis, thank you once again for joining me on this entire ride for over a year. It's been fun, and we will continue to bring out tons more Soto stuff. I'm so happy that there are just so many people here for it, that love Soto and want to talk about it. So yeah. Malunis, do you have anything you wanted to say before we head out of here?
This is the true start of season 2. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Guys, thanks for watching. Keep it juicy.
Later.
ジオウか俺が潰すゾンビ変身